Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. This episode, we get to talk to Kaci Burr with Festival of Freaks. That's coming up March the 21st at the OK State Fairgrounds. I'm Brett.
And I'm Harvey Covenator.
You are Harvey. Stick around to the end or you're not going to catch the Easter egg. But what's going on?
I'm having fun today.
We have been some busy beavers, spending some time doing
We hang out too much, because when you said we have, I was like, he's going to say busy beavers.
Did I? I'm that predictable?
I think we just hang out too much. Like
Yeah,
we need to do this show with enemies.
We do need to do it, I need to do this from like a remote location so we don't have to look at each other. But we've been on the road. We've been doing some fun stuff, almost like urban explorers.
And we've been talking to some really cool people.
Yeah,
we have a lot of cool shows in the pipeline.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I've been having a really good time.
Yeah, it's things are really picking up, and it's that time of year now. I know I said it a lot, where we're having more of the festivals, more of the conventions, more of the things that are happening in and around the communities where it's the weather. Go ahead and say it. You can't help yourself.
Go ahead. You finish.
Well, it is that time.
It is. It was just funny because I almost felt like you were going to say it is that time where it's almost
that time.
Almost
to do the things that you do when it's that time of year again.
Yes.
But it, in fact, is. We've got the medieval fair coming up in April. Right now, it's all about a fair of the heart, and we've got that Festival of Freaks coming up. But there's maybe a conflict that weekend.
A conflict?
Yeah, there's another pop culture con happening that same weekend. So, I don't know. Choose your poison, folks. I think you can do both. But before we dive into the fairgrounds and Kaci Burr and the Festival of Freaks, I think we got to talk about the history of the fairgrounds.
Okay, can we talk a little bit personal history of the fairgrounds?
I've got some personal history with the fairgrounds, but go ahead.
I distinctly remember just nonstop radio advertising when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
It was always Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Right. Yeah, monster trucks. And now you can't barely find. There's nothing on Sunday.
I'm curious as to what happened to Okay, I have a lot of questions about this time.
Okay.
That one guy, I want to know what he's doing.
I think he's probably doing the same thing, but on Saturday. Or Friday night.
He was the Sunday guy for everything. And then why were there always monster trucks on Sunday?
Unless we're making it up.
I don't feel like
more to the point, the fair itself. Let's talk about the fair.
Okay.
Things that have changed with the state of the fair. Am I mistaken? You and I were not that far apart in age. The fair was in October in the 80s, 90-ish.
I feel like it was.
And I also feel like now typically now it's 10th to the 24th or something like that. So it's about a 2-week run.
And you think it was longer?
I feel like it was longer back then, but I also felt like it was 2 years before Christmas was going to get here. So you know what I mean? Like when you're a kid, everything seems to last longer, take longer to get here. You know what I mean? And it always needed batteries, something. But I just feel like, I like the vibe of the fair when it was in October. A little bit chillier. We had the freak show, the 6-foot man eating chicken. Do you remember the guy that they had, like, come see what drugs did to Danny? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, for like $1, you could go see what the dangers of doing drugs and alcohol can do. Look at Danny. Look at how disgusting he is.
Really?
Yes, I never did it because I didn't want to see Danny. I don't remember his name. Danny's not. I'm not saying Danny's a good name for an addict, but I don't know why that comes to me. I think his name was Danny. I don't know. If you're out there listening, please tell me if it was Danny or Eddie. I don't know. But yeah, there were so many cool exhibits when we were kids. And then everything had to go PC.
I don't think it a matter of PC so much as I think there are a whole lot of safety regulations and a whole lot of things that have kind of put a damper on the fun.
We used to pee in troughs that had continuous water flow in them, and it smelled like,
That's horrible.
It smelled like corn dog water and beer.
Stop.
I just miss the trashiness when the maintenance people had to pick up trash with their bare hands. They didn't have those little pokers. Things have changed. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
They have changed.
Boy,
I think
have they
it's
changed.
definitely cleaner.
Well, it's definitely cleaner since they began in 1907, I'm sure.
You know, that's one of the cool things that I think that I really like about the fairgrounds.
What?
The fairgrounds are actually like a week older than the state.
I think that's super cool. You know, we're not old enough to remember this, but the fair actually moved. It was a Northeast 10th and MLK, and then it moved to where it is now.
Yes, before we were born in the 50s.
The 50s. But another interesting fact, where the fairgrounds were is now Douglas High School. Interesting fact about that. I was supposed to go to Douglas.
Were you?
And my mom begged the district to let me go to Grant. So, you know.
What was the reason behind the...
Let's just say I didn't have a lot of friends that went to Douglas.
You were going to get beat up a
I was
lot?
probably going to get beat up a lot.
Okay,
yeah.
I can deal with
Which
that.
it's no different now. People still want to beat me up, but I have a choice now. But during World War II, you don't want to do that fact?
I do want to do that fact. I was going to do that fact.
Okay, go ahead.
You were
All right, go for it.
You were hogging the microphone.
Get after it.
I am. That's that whole you're uncomfortable with silence when there's a microphone in front of you.
I don't like it. Silence is deadly in radio. We're on radio, but you get what I'm saying. 2 seconds of dead air and get you fired, bro. Get after it. Go.
So during World War II, it was actually suggested that the fairgrounds around the country close early so that the country could more effectively prepare for war. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna throw out a little political.
Oh, gosh. Here we go.
I don't like getting political.
I
But
know
I think-
you don't.
I don't think that anybody could really disagree with the following statement. If we did that now, the fairgrounds would always be closed.
It would be. Yeah. We've been in a steady state of war.
If it's not a war on terror, it's a war on drugs or a war on cavities, like nonstop war.
Or a turf war between the Sharks and the Jets. I mean, what I think is cool, the fairgrounds is always doing something. And one thing that they're known for nationally is horse shows. The AQHA is always here doing something. They're always having some type of a livestock event. It's actually been coined the horse show capital of the world.
That is a title that we still hold today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
The Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce brings that one up occasionally, and I like it.
Well,
I think it's cool.
Yeah, Texas, what you got? Nothing. You got nothing. We got 6 Point beer now. We don't even need you. We got tattoos and a lottery.
Okay, back to the fact that there's always something going on at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Coming up in the next couple of weeks is the big book, Friends of the Library book sale.
Yeah, the last time you and I went, I was deathly ill.
Yeah, you had the flu or something.
Yeah, I think it was probably what would they consider now the coronavirus. But I survived. We didn't get to go. And that was actually the last time I ever tried to go to that. And that's been like 10 years ago.
It has not been 10 years.
It has.
No, it hasn't.
I'll show you a marriage license that proves otherwise. Yes, it's been a while. One of the most memorable events that ever took place for me took place in the mid-'90s, and that is when Marilyn Manson and his Antichrist superstar ass ascended on the Holy Land, the holy city of Oklahoma City. We made MTV News. We made every national. You would have thought that the devil had crawled out of the red dirt and was eating souls for breakfast.
Okay, so that was back during the where we were banning music, and
oh yeah,
we had the group, the Oklahomas for Children and Families.
Oh yeah,
it was a dark time for the state of Oklahoma.
Well, they were trying so hard to put like a moral obligation injunction against Marilyn Manson towards having the concert. I remember being approached by church groups while we were there, offering to burn tickets. I mean, it was a sight to behold. And none of what they said was going to happen happened. They were like, there's going to be sexual acts on stage, human sacrifice, dogs and cats, headbanging with each other, mass hysteria. And the only thing that happened, there was a guy got hit with a beer bottle. A chick got dropped on her head. I mean, things that happened at a concert last week. So nothing serious, nothing, It was
depends on how far this woman was dropped onto her head.
Well, I think she did get a minor skull fracture, but she was able to interview on the news.
They didn't drop her from the top of the the Devon wasn't there.
No, the Devon wasn't there, but it was definitely a sight to behold, and one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and maybe because of the hype, but mostly because it was just, you're a kid from Oklahoma doing something that all the adults are saying is bad for you is always a good time. If it comes out, you survive in the end. So survived in the end. It was a ton of fun. And there was also an urban legend for a very long time that Governor Keating had requested that he not fly over the state of Oklahoma. I mean, it was a big, big religious to-do. Nothing against our faith-based listeners, but at the time, this was a big... You look at music now and entertainment now, and it's like, our kids are listening to stuff our parents would have freaking boiled us in hot water for listening to. But back then, this was taboo.
Oh, it was a big deal.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100%.
So
I know that the festival coming up, the Festival of Freaks, calls itself the Festival of Freaks, but I'm wondering if they're freaky enough to feel like it's okay for us to compare them or to bring them up in the same show that we bring up Marilyn Manson.
I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe they're a little bit more tame. She does mention that it's a little bit more colorful and family friendly. I don't know. I don't know if they even. Maybe we have to can it. Maybe we just can't even do it.
Let's see if we feel like they line up well enough. We'll get to the interview with Kaci Burr with the Festival of Freaks right after this. Brett.
Yes.
Have you filed your taxes yet?
I haven't, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because I'm an independent contractor, and I didn't make over $600. Over $600, I got to file. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I think. I don't know. Maybe I should consult Holliday Tax Group.
I really think that you should consult Justin over at Holliday Tax Group about whether you need to file or not.
Well, I didn't receive a 1099, so I'll just take that as a no. Is that the right thing to do?
I definitely feel like you're making a mistake. If you have questions about taxes, tax law, or tax resolution,
or tax evasion,
I feel like you should call the guys over at Holliday Tax Group. It's 405-730-3100 or online at holidaytaxgroup.com.
Because it's always holiday season with Holliday Tax Group. Well, coming up March 21st, the creatures of the night, the darklings, and the freaks are unleashed. It's the Festival of Freaks coming up at the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds. And joining us today, she's not only an organizer, but she's also an artist. She's here to tell us about it all. It's Kaci. Kaci, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
So not just being an organizer of the Freak Fest, you're an artist as well. What exactly is your medium? What do you do?
I make jewelry and displays from real insects, and I preserve them with like a resin process that I've perfected. But they are preserved and they look just like they did in life, like their wings, their shell, like their color, everything. And I add different gemstones to them, and I think that they are really neat. I think that it's neat to see something like a cicada that you would normally run from or not wanting to be near you, and
that's really
you see
cool.
It beautiful and dressed up, and you wear it. I've done work with black widow spiders. I've done work with death head moths. My husband and I raise Luna moths ourselves. Like, we have tanks with caterpillars here at the house, so my insect work would be cool to check out, hopefully.
Oh, wow.
Kaci, I have a question. That moth, is that the moth?
Yes.
Is that
Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
Is it really?
Oh, come on, man.
Come on. That movie
I have
was
it tattooed on my chest, actually.
That movie gave me the heebie-jeebies
Come
and
on,
still does
man.
till this day.
You survived a drive-by. A moth is nothing.
It is one of my favorite movies, and I saw it, like, way too young. Way too young.
It made an
but
impression
left an
early on,
impression.
huh?
It did. I have always been fascinated with insects. Even when I was younger, all the weird, crinkly little shells that locusts leave laying around, I would pick those up and collect them and make things out of them. So my parents were not surprised when I told them, hey, I'm making jewelry out of bugs now, guys.
That's awesome. Is there a place where we can see your work online? Is that do you have a website?
So I do most of my business through Facebook and Instagram. My business is Southern Grimoire, which is kind of a weird word for a lot of people around here. It's GRIMOIRE. But if you search that on Facebook or Instagram, it will bring up my work. And I primarily, like I said, work with insects, but I also do small sculptures and work with bones.
That's fantastic.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No. Interruptus, what is it? Maximus interruptus? Go ahead.
Now I lost my train of thought.
He doesn't know. All right, Kaci.
Was it about bones?
It was about bones. Okay, that was it.
Wow.
That was it.
Are you a psychic too? Are you going to be reading cards out there?
So you do a lot of work with bones?
On occasion. I do, yes.
Brett and I eat a lot of ribs. Is that will that help you at all? I mean,
can you carve a totem?
Once they're cooked, cooked, that causes like the fat and different tissues to kind of like seep into the bone. So you can't really clean them. They're not like pretty after that, you know? You can't really like get the grease off or get the color like bright and white, or it's like very difficult.
Sorry.
So it's easier to use things that are raw.
She can't scrimshaw a 6-rib dinner.
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I'm pretty good at cleaning the meat off of
I eat the gristle. I eat the gristle. I could not be a vegetarian because I'd miss eating the gristle. All right, so we know you're an artist. You're also the organizer for the Festival of Freaks that's coming up. Is this the first year for that?
So this is not the first year for Festival of Freaks. It is our first event in Oklahoma City, but we did have a previous event this past October here in Tulsa, and it went really well. We had a blast, and we brought a lot of cool people together, so we are hoping that we're able to recreate that in March.
Kaci, I'm kind of curious how we didn't make top billing for this. I kind of feel like we're a couple of freaks.
We didn't get a vendor application. I mean, usually they reach out to us and offer the stuff to us. I don't know how we missed out on it.
So you're in luck because I think we have 5 spots left. So if you guys are interested, I do know the people running the event, so I could probably hook you up.
Well, I will tell you from experience, I usually do this show in my underwear, so it means I don't make any money. So I don't, unless it's at an extreme, unless it's at a freakishly low discount. We'll probably just be attendees. But what can kind of walk us through? I know there's a ton of stuff going on. What might we expect at our first Festival of Freaks?
We are going to have so much going on. The thing I'm super excited about is one of our sponsors is Skulls Unlimited International, and their sister company, the Museum of Osteology, which, you know, is in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
They are sponsoring us, and they are actually going to be exhibiting some of their museum displays. They're also going to have some experts talk about their bone cleaning process. For someone like me who makes like jewelry out of bones and weird things, that is very exciting, and I'm really excited to see what specimens they bring. The first 50 attendees will also be entered in a raffle to win 2 passes to the Museum of Osteology. So you definitely want to get there early for that. I am going to be trying to enter myself.
I was hoping you were going to say entered to win a human skull. Adorned.
Oh my gosh, but I do have someone I can refer you to if you're interested in that.
I don't know. Is the skin still attached? I don't know.
No, it is not. It is not. I feel like that would be really rare. I've yet to see one with skin still attached. That would be wild.
All right, so it's the first Festival of Freaks. I don't ever know. I had it in my head. I'm looking at pictures here and I'm lost. There's so many things to expect. What are the highlights? Give me the highlights of Festival of Freaks this year.
So first off, we are going to have some amazing, talented, and unique artists and vendors. And we're really proud because everybody that we're bringing to the festival is, you know, an Oklahoman. They're Oklahoma artists. So we're really trying to keep it local and try to promote like the most colorful and crazy and unique art that we have been able to find. I'm really excited. Jason Bateman has some amazing art that he is going to be bringing. My friend Desi Sloan is an amazing artist, and she's going to actually be doing a live horror painting while we're there at the event. We have a special guest group called Investigating Oklahoma's Paranormal.
Oh, cool.
And they're going to come out and share their expertise, kind of like the different equipment they use and what they do when they're on an investigation. And they're actually going to share some of their scariest and most notable experiences with us as well.
So outside of the vendors and that sort of stuff, Kaci, what kind of activities are going to be there? What kind of interactive activities are you going to have?
We are going to have a costume contest, so everyone is encouraged to dress up. That is going to be capped, however, to the first 30 sign-ups. So you will want to get there early to show off your costume and make sure that you're entered for the prize, which is $50 cash and 4 passes to the Museum of Archaeology. I'm going to be dressing up because, again, everyone, I want to encourage everyone to dress up and get in on this because the museum is so cool. We do have a lot of different entertainment. As I mentioned, we are going to have like a live painting. I am not sure what she is going to be painting yet. I'm pretty excited. We have a Mirage Dance Company coming. I believe they're going to do, I know they're going to do belly dancing. I'm not sure what else they're going to have in store for us, but everything that I've seen out of them has been pretty interesting. We're going to have a contortionist. Ooh. Go ahead, sorry.
No, please. Could you? I was just going to,
Okay.
What I was going to say, I'll just save it and see if I bomb again, but go ahead.
We're going to have a contortionist, and we're going to have different acrobats and performers. Something that I'm really, really excited about, though, is we're going to have a lady who performs with a levitation wand,
Ooh.
which I don't know if you've ever seen those, but I want to learn how to use one really badly, so I'm excited to see that.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Right. We're also going to have tarot readers, psychics, mediums, different people who can help you reach out beyond the veil if that's something that you want to get into while you're out at the festival.
Well, one time Harley and I, in our previous iteration of podcasting, we've had a bad experience with psychics. We went to a psychic that actually turned us away.
Actually, it was a really funny story, but we had went to a local psychic and we just wanted to record the voice. We asked in advance and they were like, yes. And we got in there, we pulled the recorder out and they were like, no, get out. I was like, it was really strange.
In fact,
okay.
I can mention it now, but it was the psychic on Meridian that got shut down. So I don't think they saw it coming. I kind of feel like they didn't get their money's worth. But so costumes are appropriate. I will be dressed as a big bone skeleton in a flannel if the weather is chilly. I'm just telling you. That's really what I'm going to be. A lot of things going on at the Festival of Freaks. It's a one-day event. What time does it start? What time does it end?
So it starts at 11 a.m. and it ends at 7 p.m. And again, that's at the Hobbies, Arts, and Crafts building at the Oklahoma City State Fair Park, which I've actually not been to since I was young. So I'm pretty excited about going and having a full-blown event there as an adult.
Well, you've got a bunch of different vendors, a lot of really cool things going on. You've highlighted a few of the artists and vendors. So, Kaci, best way to find the Freaks online?
The best way to find the Freaks online is Facebook. If you look for the official Festival of Freaks page, we have a bright purple banner, so you can't miss it. If you have any questions, you can also reach out to me or my page, Southern Grimoire, or my partner, Chelsea Bowen. She is the one who's actually heading up most of the big planning in Oklahoma City, and her business is Curse Curators.
I'm looking. We're kind of stalking you in real time, so it's not really technically stalking. It's research when you're doing it for a podcast. It's stalking when you're doing it at work, but your work is fantastic. I'm not just saying that. I mean it.
Oh, thank you so much.
That is so cool. I
do a lot of events all over Oklahoma, not just Festival of Freaks is me and Chelsea's baby, but I do a lot of events with the Groovy Cats dispensary here in Tulsa, and they are actually my artistic sponsor. They will have a booth at Festival of Freaks. They are doing a live painting with Desi Sloan, and we're also taking collections to pay off local school lunch debt.
Oh, perfect. Right on. Well, Kaci, we really appreciate taking the time to be on the show, and we look forward to seeing you out there at the State Fairgrounds. For information, you can find them on Facebook. It's that easy. But, yeah, coming up, March 21st.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm excited to finally meet you guys in person.
All right, Kaci's hilarious.
She's
a lot of fun.
She's got some wit about her, for sure. And she's an artist. Come on. We went into this interview not knowing any of that. So a lot of things were fixed post. I'm not going to lie. We had to make some adjustments here.
We did twist that thing up a little bit.
But to be honest, she wasn't upfront about it.
Let's blame her. Let's blame the guest.
Kaci's modest.
She is modest, yes.
She was all about the Festival of Freaks. I think it's going to be a really cool event. I may have a schedule conflict. I thought I was going to make it to that, but I'll be attending something else that same weekend.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I will be at the OKC Pop Culture Con. Probably helping Dustin Diamond find the bathrooms.
So I'm rolling the Festival of Freaks solo?
Maybe. Because I think I'm going to be scheduled from 2 to 6. So maybe we can do maybe you and I can hang in the morning, you know.
Oh, God.
If we if we can get to it. But if you get a chance, and we're going to have Rod Janlou with OKC Pop Culture on in the next week or so and talk more about that. But if you get a chance that weekend and you're not going to be at the Pop Culture Con, or you're just looking for something fun and relatively inexpensive.
And very different.
Very different. Check out the Festival of Freaks.
Absolutely.
So stick around after the outtakes, if you will, for our little Easter egg presentation. We've got music on the way from Wood Willow, a local little 2-piece band out of Oklahoma.
They're amazing.
They are really good. They showed up in our Twitter feed. It's like, you tagged us in your music? Okay. We're getting big, folks. That's all I can say. We're getting big.
Speaking of getting big, we still would love
Yeah.
to have more listeners. So again,
Please.
we will request for a second time. If you like what you're hearing now, please go tell a friend via social media or in person, or send somebody a postcard that says, listen to the Only in OK show.
Listen, I mean, literally and figuratively. I helped an old lady with a jitterbug find the show. Not really. It doesn't work on jitterbug. You're going to have to buy grandma a smartphone. But our demo, if you know somebody between 18 and 80, tell them about us.
I can handle that.
Okay?
This has been the Only in OK show. I am Harley,
And I'm Brett.
and we're out of here.
Peace. I blew my freaking mojo. It's still in the parking lot in front of the IHOP, and then on the corner of in the car, and on the bridge to nowhere last night. We went on fire last night.
Dude, I'm telling you, we could have charged admission.
Nobody wanted to fight us. Like I thought about today. I was like, did I say anything at any point? Because I always after the fact, I always go, I made more friends last night than I've made in 42 years. Okay.
I fully expected that line to start wrapping around us.
When the security guy, which I think the door guy, was laughing,
Yeah.
and he wasn't like questioning what I'm doing and like just waving me to go inside. I feel like we're in a good, but there was a couple of bouncers in there, dude. They would have picked us both up with one hand. Hello, mudder. Hello, water. I'm freaking thirsty. Somewhere deep in the caverns of the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds. Sunday, 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 Monster Trucks Fairgrounds. Nobody has monster trucks on Sundays anymore. Oh, Saturday. It wasn't this. Maybe it was. But am I making it up? Hide your kids, hide your wives. They raping everybody up in here.
Yeah.
God, man. It's funny what you can do with 15 minutes of fame.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're doing furniture commercials a week after you were given a tornado report in the driveway. Have you ever been on an on-camera interview for something that
No.
incidental?
No, I was in the Daily Oklahoman.
The building or the paper?
I was in the paper.
Okay. Why?
I was doing some charity work.
Shameless plug.
Well,
By the
I
way,
was.
Harley does charity work.
I can't even remember what the organization was, but I was running a forklift for, I want to say...
Forklifts for orphans? I mean,
it was like one of the big food drive companies, and I was...
Food, well, I mean, there's Feed the Children. If you
Are
said
they
you
downtown Oklahoma City?
No, that's, God, it's right there. It's not Feed the Children, it's another one. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. What? It's right freaking there. And it doesn't have near of a brandish, like a tarnished name as,
It's right off of Robinson Street.
Man. Okay, well, there's Jesus House.
No, I don't think
But there's this other one. It's, look it up real quick, because it's going to kill me. Oh, what is it? What is that freaking name?
Food
Near
charity in Oklahoma City.
It's not. Golly, it doesn't even. I don't think it has food or feed in the name. It might. Regional Food Bank. Yeah, it does.
That was the one.
Yeah. And then I don't know how reputable Food Bank is, but or Brittville. I've never heard of Food Bank.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet you this is the one. Where are they located at? South Purdue.
I don't know if there's one on Robinson. There's, well,
It's close to Robinson because that's where I worked at the time.
There's a place where you can pick up all kinds of stuff on Robinson, but I don't know if food is one of those. But I think they've gotten better about that too. Well, apparently they didn't last long. They're not there anymore.
No, it was a big one. It would have...
Because I know Feed the Children's on, I want to say Meridian?
Maybe the rescue mission? No.
Huh. I don't know.
I don't either. But anyway, yeah, I was driving a forklift. My picture was in the paper.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
Were you like holding your hand up doing that?
No, I was just working. Somebody snapped a picture of me, and then later on somebody came over and asked me my name and stuff, and it's in the paper. It was early 90s.
Have you ever lied about your name?
I don't have to lie about my name. Nobody ever gets it right.
What? How did I not get it right?
Dude, I'm telling you. Okay, the last time I was in the Chickasha paper, I was Harvey Covenator.
That was last year. Not this. It was this Pat. Not last year, but the year before the pancake breakfast thing.
Right.
Are you Covenator?
Covenator. Like, dude, that's not a name.
That's a gamer tag on Xbox. Seriously. I think I killed a Harvey Covenator the other night on Modern Warfare. Jeez. All right. Well, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, wow.
Reverend, please come. I got something to admit. Better man out in the sticks, good old miss. You drive a Series 10 Cadillac and wore a sick car on his lip. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? I saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. He said, I know you, young man. I know you by the state of your hand. You're a six-string picker, just as I am. Let me learn you something, I know a few tunes that make all the girls dance. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? I saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. Foolish, foolish was I. Damn my foolish eye. That man's lesson had a price, oh sweet price. The sweet soul everlasting, carry on eternal light. Don't you know the devil